Hello everyone, a very good evening. Welcome to Oliveboard. So this is the JAIIB November 2026 selection batch for RBWM. This is your class 1 introduction and demo to the selection batch. So starting from tomorrow, we are bringing for you a live batch which is called the selection batch now that your exam dates are out, and today itself the registrations have also started. So what we are going to do in the next 2.5 months, how are we going to prepare, what will be our strategy for the four papers, everything we'll be discussing today. All right, and particularly about your retail banking and wealth management paper 4, what should be our strategy, how we should manage our time. That is what we are planning. So, as you can see on the screen, there are so many bankers, many more are there who have cleared their JIB exam in May 2026. So, you can also be one of them by clearing your exam in the November cycle. So if you're preparing for the November cycle and you have not yet started your preparation, you cannot wait any longer. Any delay will cause definitely harm to your result. So do not wait. Start your preparation today if you want to qualify your exam in the November cycle. So introducing to you the selection batch. Now, let us discuss the exam dates for your November 2026 exam. First paper is on 1st of November 2026. That is your Indian economy and Indian financial system. IE and IFS is on 1st of November 2026. Then you have a good 21 days gap for your second paper, that is PPB. On 22nd of November is your PPB exam. Then you have a good 5-6 day gap for your AFM paper as well. Every time the PPB and AFM paper are back to back, you do not get any time in between for revision. But in this exam cycle, you're getting good 5-6 days for your AFM revision as well. And then on 29th of November is your fourth and final paper, RBWM. So originally the registration windows were to open from 1st of August, but it was delayed as per the official notice of IIBF, and it has been extended to end of August. Now the registrations are open. You can apply by going on the official website. When we talk about the eligibility and passing criteria, first of all, you should be an ordinary member of IIBF. When you sit for registration, make sure that you have your membership number ready, right? Keep your membership number handy. We have a separate video where we have discussed the documents required for registration. Okay. Other than that, if we talk about the passing criteria, the standard pass rule, each of the paper is of 100 marks, out of which you need to score 50 plus. So 50 plus out of 100, you will qualify the paper. If you are going to attempt all the four papers, then you will also get the aggregate pass rule benefit. If you score minimum 45 marks in each paper and 50% aggregate marks in one attempt, that is out of 400 your score is 200 plus. Even if in one or two papers your score is less than 50 but more than 45, so let's say you scored 46, 48, 56 and 62, so your total is more than 200, you will qualify the JIB exam. When you register for your exam, you have 5 attempts or 3 years, whichever is earlier, to complete your JAIIB journey. That is, you need to clear all your four papers within this attempt limit. Otherwise, you'll have to re register and attempt all the four papers. The papers that you clear, the credits are retained. If you have, let's say, cleared IEIFS and PPB in the last cycle, you need not attempt them again. The credits are retained. Now you need to clear just AFM and RBWM, right? And then in each individual paper, you'll have to score 50 plus. You won't get the aggregate pass rule benefit if you're attempting for only one or two or three papers, not all four. Exam mode will be online objective examination. MCQs in the CBT format will be there. Subjective answer writing is not there. And there's no negative marking. So there are 100 questions. You will get positive marks for correct answers, and no negative marking is there for any incorrect answer. So make sure that you attempt all the questions. Do not leave any question unanswered. All right. Yes. Then for this exam cycle, we are launching the selection batch, which is available in both English as well as bilingual medium. English means both content and explanation will be in English. And in the bilingual mode, you'll get the content in English, but the explanation will be in the day to day Hindi language, right? English and Hindi mixed. Both the batches are available. You can choose your batch as per your suiting, as per your comfort. And if you join the selection batch for English medium, you'll be studying RBWM with me. All right. So, how are we going to strategize? How we are going to plan our next 2.5 months? We have four papers in the selection batch. All the four papers are covered. You need not subscribe for each of them separately, right? So, you'll get the complete structural coverage of the latest JAIIB syllabus of all the papers. All your four papers are covered. Why is this known as a selection batch? Because you're going to get both theory and MCQ practice. So it is the ultimate batch. You'll be getting theory as well as MCQs, and the whole batch is live. 180 plus live sessions for exam focused concept and practice learning. You'll get 100 plus live crash classes, deep concept mastery, and you'll get 80 plus live cracker classes as well. Focused, high yield practice execution. The batch is designed for working professionals. Classes are strictly scheduled during the non banking hours, early mornings, and late evenings, so that you do not miss any of the live classes. You can attend all the live classes. And all the live classes will be later on available in the recorded form as well. So you can watch the video again later on for revision. Okay, so 100 plus live classes for theory and 80 plus live cracker classes for practice. Even we are going to practice MCQs, case studies, numericals in live classes, right? On a daily basis, 25 to 30 questions we'll be practicing. So the whole syllabus, but exam focus. We'll be focusing on those topics that are important from exam point of view. So why should you go for the selection batch? Because it is the best combination of theory and practice. 100 plus live crash classes, complete syllabus, focused learning, concise, exam focused live sessions covering all JIB papers. Even if you are attempting for the DBF exam, syllabus is same, the paper is same, the questions, everything is exactly the same. So you'll get the four papers for DBF here as well. Then you'll get 80 plus live cracker classes, practice that will maximize your score. So intensive MCQ practice, and these questions will be based on the latest exam pattern, the same difficulty level, and the topics that have been asked in the previous exam cycles. Everything, case studies, numerical based questions, multiple selection question. Then, apart from the live classes, you will get 40 AI powered mock tests, 10 for each paper. Full length AI powered mock tests. These are AI powered. What does it mean? It means that once you are done with the paper, you will get an analysis. What are your strong areas? What are your weak areas? So that you can revise those topics again. You'll get detailed solutions for every question, performance insights and analytics, personalized improvement report, how much you have improved as per your overall score. So accuracy percentage, time taken, how many questions were attempted, everything. You'll also get the 360-degree study kit for your revision. So the RBWM classes will be weekdays at 8 a.m. daily morning. Once we are done with the live class, you'll take out 10-15 minutes during the day whenever you get time, whenever you're free, and you will revise using the 360-degree study kit, right? You can go through the quick summary notes, detailed notes, frequently asked questions and quizzes. You'll get revision flashcards. You can make your own notes, and you'll get quizzes, right? Quizzes on the topics that are done in each and every live class, so that you can practice questions on a daily basis and analyze your understanding. You can then note down the topics that you want to understand again. You can watch the video, you can watch that particular topic once again, right? So here in the selection batch, you'll get proven mentorship. You'll be learning from uh, qualified experts. Afreen ma'am will be there for IEIFS and PPB, and Pradyuman sir will be teaching you AFM. I will be there for the RBWM paper. So you'll be able to qualify the exam, but for that you need to be consistent. Do not think that attending, watching only recorded videos is fine. No, attend the live classes, because in the live classes, if you do not understand anything, you can ask us again. We will repeat it. If you have any query, or if you have confusion in any topic, you're confused, you do not understand it, you can ask us again. All right. That is why I suggest to attend the live classes. If due to any reason you miss one or two class, then you can watch the recorded video later on. All right. Okay. So this is how the selection batch will work. And if we talk about the RBWM paper in particular, then it is not difficult. The retail banking and wealth management paper is not difficult, but it is a game changer. It is your fourth paper. Relatively, you can score higher and improve your total aggregate. If you're attempting all the four papers, then you should definitely focus on the RBWM, because you can, if you are consistent, you can easily score 65 plus marks in the RBWM paper, right? But for that, you need to be consistent and you need to attend the live classes. There are only 30 units that you need to study here, and there are four modules. Module A is retail banking. Four units are there: just introduction, features, characteristics of retail banking, the business models, profit and profitability concepts. You can expect around 10 to 15 marks are asked from module A. Then you have the retail products and recovery module B, which is extremely important, lengthy module. 12 units are there, right? And here you need to study about the liability products, asset products, remittance products. You'll be studying about credit and debit cards, SARFAESI Act, right? And from here you will get 25 to 30 marks questions. Then module C is rather simple. 6 units are there, and again 5 to 10 mark questions are asked from here. You'll be studying about the delivery models, delivery channels, and service delivery expectations, the BCSBI codes, right? Then comes the module D, which is again very important. 25 to 30 mark questions from module D. Wealth management. There are 4 units here. 4 units, right? And tax planning, investment management, portfolio management, and para banking services, insurance business by banks, mutual fund business by banks. These topics are there, the various investment products, the different types of bonds. And then we have the module E, additional reading material on home loan. Around again 10 to 15 mark questions or maybe 20 mark questions will be here. Numerical portion is also there. 4 units you'll be studying about the different types of mortgages, you'll be studying about reverse mortgage, capital gains part, then annuity, how to calculate annuity, annuity due, and discounting formula, compounding formula. Important topics are there. All right. So this is how we are going to study for our RBWM paper starting from tomorrow 8 a.m. So if you have yet not joined the selection batch, you have not yet started preparation for your November exam, make sure that you subscribe to the plan today itself, and start attending the live classes from tomorrow. Today, I'll give you an introduction of how we are going to study, how you'll get the notes, so that you can have an idea, right? We are starting with the module A, unit 1. Module A, Unit 1, which is Introduction to Retail Banking. It is Introduction to Retail Banking. What is retail banking? Features of retail banking, and advantages, disadvantages, evolution, challenges. These are the topics covered. So, when we are talking about retail banking, earlier, banking in India was fully focused towards corporate banking, wholesale banking. But now banks have been moving away from their traditional banking role. They're open to change in response to the various demands of customers or the society, right? There's a felt need for the banks to be innovative and develop different products with a variety of features to cater the needs of the different types of customers. Banks need to develop products customized to suit the needs of variety of customers. Earlier banks were product centric, they were following the product centric approach, but now they are shifting to the customer centric approach. Banks have slowly realize that customer is the king, right? They have to satisfy all the financial needs by offering products that suit the customer's requirement, right? Intermediation is the primary function of banks. Mobilization of deposit is the first step of intermediation. So when we are talking about retail banking, it refers to the provision of banking products and services offered to individual customers, typically for non entrepreneurial purposes, non business needs. On the liability side, banking has been retail. Banks have raised resources primarily from a large number of retail depositors. In the asset side, also, the focus has been on lending to a large number of customers with low ticket size. So, we can say, on the whole, retail banking involves offering products of both sides. On the liability side, we have fixed deposit, current account, savings account. And on the asset side, we have the different types of mortgages, loans, personal, housing, auto, and educational loan. Additionally, retail banking also involves offering of credit cards, depository services, para banking products and services like insurance products, capital market products offered to the individuals, right? On the other hand, when we are talking about corporate or wholesale banking, it is focused on the business class. Small or large companies for corporate need. They need to start a new business, a new factory, or they are setting up a new subsidiary. So, lower volume of clients, but much higher ticket size. In the retail banking, the volume of clients is more number of customers are there by the but the ticket size of each individual customer is relatively small. Small value loans, small value deposits are made by the retail customers, right? When we are talking about retail banking, so banking in general can be for individuals or it can be for firms. When it is for firms, we have the wholesale firms or the MSME firms. When we are catering to the individuals, banking can be retail banking or entrepreneurial banking. Retail banking involves two stages: mass retail banking and class retail banking. Individuals, they need loans for entrepreneurial purposes as well, like agriculture and an MSME individual, right? So retail banking starts with the mass retail banking. The target clientele of retail banking begins with the mass, common masses, and then it slowly graduates through a stage which can be called the class retail banking. So the mass retail banking is the stage in which the bank provides standardized banking products and services to its customers, like a generic loan or a generic savings account with the same features. No customization is offered to all the individual customers. In this phase, the banks attempt to build a sufficiently broad customer base which can serve as a stable source of funding. So, this is the first stage. From this large clientele, then the high net worth individuals are identified. This is the second stage, which is class retail banking, in which the bank offers customized products and services targeted at a niche customer segment. That is the high net worth individuals. This niche customer segment will bring more income to the bank by through the fee based services. They avail various products, they pay fee to the bank. Retail banking solely focus at a niche customer segment may also be termed as private banking. So when the retail banks are focusing only on the high net worth individuals, then it is known as private banking. So retail banking is also known as consumer banking or personal banking because it provides financial services to individual consumers rather than businesses. So it is a way for the individual consumers to manage their money, have access to credit, and deposit their money in a secure manner. It is a banking service which is geared primarily towards individual consumers, and it is made available by commercial banks. Unlike wholesale banking, retail banking focuses strictly on the consumer markets. A wide range of personal banking services, including savings, and other operative accounts, bill paying services, debit and credit cards. So, multiple customers, multiple delivery channels, and multiple products on both asset and liability side. Third party products, the medium through the branch, business correspondence, kiosk, and even through ATMs, internet banking, mobile banking. So, services are offered. Retail banks can be local community banks or the divisions of large commercial bank. In the digital age, many fintech companies also provide all the same services as retail banks, and they are provided to the individuals in the general public. So banking facilities are targeted at individual customers or small organizations to meet the need of a large number of customers that have a well diversified portfolio. It is focused towards mass market segment covering a large population of individuals and non-individual entities. It offers multiple products, liability, asset, and service products to various categories of customers. The delivery model is both physical and virtual. Services are extended through branches, through technology driven, electronic off site delivery channels like ATMs, internet banking, mobile banking, phone banking. The services are extended to small and medium sized businesses as well. So, retail banking encompasses multiple products, right? It caters to multiple customer groups and multiple channels of distribution. Okay. If we talk about the evolution of retail banking scenario in India, so evolution of retail banking can be traced back to the entry of foreign banks. The conventional banking business by the public sector banks was done on a more generalized approach. There was no specific demarcation as retail or non retail activities. Customer and industry segmentation was adopted within the overall business plan of banks, right? And offering products and services based on specific consumer segments was not attempted in a focused way. So, this trend of retail banking was set in India by the foreign banks in the late 1970 and the early 1980s. Foreign banks came out with their consumer banking models with hybrid liability and asset products, specifically targeted at the personal segment. So, the Standard Chartered Bank and the Grindlays banks were the pioneers, were the starters in introducing these type of products. Citibank created waves in the early 1980s. It came with the credit card products that spurred the retail banking space. Then State Bank of India and other public sector banks like Indian Overseas Bank, Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Andhra Bank, they developed and marketed asset products and card products to cater to the retail segment. In fact, Bank of Baroda and Andhra Bank were two of the early players in the credit card business in the public sector bank space. Then the entry of new generation private banks, right? New generation private banks in the 1990s, they created a new approach to retail banking. Why? Because these new generation private banks, they had the advantage of technology right from start. These banks had a clear positioning for retail banking. They aggressively strategized for creating new markets for retail segment. Then foreign banks and even the public sector banks, they understood that technology initiatives are necessary. Thus they redefined their business model. They aggressively entered the market space, creating a retail war, and they captured their share of the banking space. Right. So the growth of IT technology has changed the banking scenario. We have ATMs, mobile banking, internet banking. Due to technological advancement, we have adopted various modern payment systems, security settlement, electronic fund transfer, check truncation system, ATMs, and many other modern system of banking transaction, right? So retail banking has definitely grown many fold in the Indian banking system. Okay, when we talk about what does retail banking provide? So savings services offering um, savings and current account, mortgages, personal loans, debit or credit cards, certificates of deposit. Retail banks, they can be local community banks or the divisions of large commercial bank. What are the advantages of retail banking? The client base will be large, risk is spread across the customer base, customer loyalty will be strong, there will be a good scope for cross selling, and customers, they do not change from one bank to another very often. They remain loyal. If a customer has availed a deposit product earlier in the past and now they want to avail a loan, they will approach the same bank because they trust the bank. The credit risk is also well diversified. The loan amounts are relatively small. There is less volatility in demand as compared from large corporates. Why? Because the large corporates will need loan only when there's a boom in the economy, there's growth in the economy. But there will always be demand for housing loan, personal loans, auto loans, right? Large number of clients will also facilitate marketing, mass selling, and the ability to categorize or select clients using scoring system. We have discussed. We'll be discussing in the module B credit scoring, right? However, there are constraints in retail banking as well, some disadvantages. Problems in maintaining large number of clients. If the IT system are not sufficiently robust, clients management will be problematic. Rapid evolution of products can lead to IT complications. The costs of maintaining branch networks and handling large number of low value transactions tend to be relatively high. Right, that is why the banks they try to shift the low value or the um, small value transactions to the cheaper distribution channels like ATM or mobile or internet banking. And the banks they try to reserve the branches for higher value added transactions. There are higher delinquency, especially in the unsecured retail loans and credit card receivables. Any loss in faith in a particular bank can lead to sudden outflow of retail deposits, resulting in collapse of the bank. This is called bank run. And the competition is also very fierce. It is strong. It can lead to unhealthy competition as well. All right. That is all for today. Like I told you, this was an introduction session, a demo class. Like this, we'll be covering the whole syllabus of your RBWM paper. All right. So in live classes, you won't get unit wise classes, but you'll get crash lecture 1, crash lecture 2, in which we'll be focusing on those topics of each unit that are important for your exam. So you can go for the selection batch for your final revision. Otherwise, if you have already subscribed to the JAIIB Super Elite plan, then the selection batch is included in it. So if you're planning to subscribe for a plan now, go for the Super Elite plan. This is one subscription for every JIB batch. So everything that you need to clear JIB, all batches, access, foundation, crash, MCQ cracker, capsule, both in English and bilingual. You'll get more than 200 mock tests, full length, unit wise, module wise. You'll get detailed plus summary notes in the PDF format that you can download and revise. Memory based exam papers, live and recorded videos. All the live classes will be in recorded form available later on once the class is done, so that if you have missed the class, you can watch it. Offline support is also there. You can download a video for offline viewing. You'll get community access where you can connect with us 24/7. Wherever you face a doubt, whenever you do not understand anything, you have any confusion, you can ask us anytime by a message, delivering a message in the community. All right. So that is all for today, and this is the Telegram channel's code. So scan this to join the Telegram channel. Here you'll get all the important updates, YouTube class links, important notifications regarding your exams, regarding the dates, each and everything. So join the Telegram channel today. Okay. So this is how we are going to study. This will be our strategy for the selection batch, focusing on both theory as well as MCQ practice. Fully focused on the exam. Exam specific preparation will be there. And the notes that we'll provide are more than enough. You need not make your own notes. Study using these notes only. It will be enough for you to clear the JAIIB exam. All right. So subscribe to the course now. Attend all the live classes starting from tomorrow. And do not wait any long, because if you wait, you are going to lose precious time. Time is very essential, and utilize it. Start your preparation today. So thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you in the live class. Good night, take care, and all the best.